You are now listening to Scheduling Fate, hosted by author and counseling astrologer Jamie Magee. For more information, please go to schedulingfate.com. Hey there, and welcome to Scheduling Fate. I am your astrologer, Jamie, and in this special episode, we're going to talk about the perfect gift for every sun sign and rising sign, whether that's for the holiday season, the birthday, or just because. All right, so as we get started, wherever you're watching this, please let me know what your sun sign and rising sign is, or what sign you always have the hardest time finding the perfect gift for. All right, so let's dig in. We're going to start at the top with Aries. Now, Aries is an energy that is fiery. It's cardinal, which means it likes to initiate, take action, follow its instinct, and it's ruled by Mars. So those with strong Aries placements, especially sun and rising signs, really love the fire element. They love bonfires, they love fireplaces, they love candles. They like something that really ignites their element, but they also love to be that first person to have something on the edge, exploring something. And that could be in any field or industry, whether it's the first person to try a food, the first person to try an app, the first person to take an adventure and travel to somewhere. So if there's any kind of first leading edge things, they're going to love that. So far, anything with fire or the fire element and anything that is on that leading edge. They also are very active, whether that is mentally or physically. They like to get out and explore. So any activity that you can give them, like let's go do this together, would really excite them. A lot of them are very motivated because they're ruled by Mars. They love to exercise. So things that have to do with fitness, health, and well-being could also be something that you could look for your Aries. Not all of them are into fitness. I think that's a stereotype, but they love action, they love drive, and they love competition. So any kind of games that you have, I would look into those. All right. So if you are trying to shop for a Taurus or a Taurus rising, this sign is Earth, it's fixed, and it's ruled by Venus. Venus loves beauty, and Earth signs very much are inside of their bodies. Their senses are alive, which means that they can detect very easily the quality of something. So if you're going to buy for a Taurus, you do not want to go for the cheap look-alike gift, no matter what it is. They would rather have something that you put a lot of thought behind and has a lot of quality because they want it to be timeless. They want it to last, not something that's going to taste bad, smell bad, disintegrate, not be good for their bodies. So if you keep that in mind, I think you could put that across almost anything that you're trying to pick up. It's not that easy to online shop for a Taurus. I've done that personally. I have a lot of Tauruses in my life. It looks great online when it comes in and you feel it. You're like, there's no quality here. And then you got to go out and buy something else. Look for quality, read the reviews on whatever you're trying to purchase. Most Tauruses are foodies in one way or the other. There's a particular food that they love, something that just really wakes up their senses. So high quality food gifts, gourmet gifts, they really like that. Any kind of skincare gifts, things that, again, high quality that can really accentuate that Venus beauty. And a lot of Tauruses are known to have a little bit of a green thumb. They like to garden, they like to nurture, they like to plant things and make sure they grow. Not every Taurus, that's also a stereotype. So double check with your Taurus. Are they someone who would love to nurture a long-term plant so that they can look at for years and know that you gave it to them? All right, so if you're trying to buy for a Gemini or a Gemini rising, this is ruled by air, it's ruled by Mercury, and it's mutable. So it's a mental sign and it likes change. It likes diversity. It understands to get from where we are to where we want to be, that there's this interesting little gap in between that we need to explore so we know that we get to where we want to be in the right way. All that to say is it loves information. So if you have a Gemini or Gemini rising in your life, there is likely something that they're really into. Geminis know a little bit about everything, but not a lot about one thing. They love to grab those data points. So little mini online courses, books, anything that can really intrigue or jog their mind or help them kind of get the ins and out of something or the gist of something. Feed their mind. That's really going to nurture their soul. So master classes. This is also a sign that's very social. So anything that will help them stay more connected or in the know. Any insights on any kind of devices or apps are also very technical. They're going to love that. In general, you're looking for gifts that are going to help them be social, but also help them engage in any kind of mental exercise. So those can also be devices as well. They also love being with people and hanging out. So at whatever event you're doing, having some kind of game or a way to communicate and just be present with people is also something that they would really enjoy. They like the experience of it. They like meeting unique people and diversification. All right. So if you are trying to buy for a Cancer or a Cancer rising, this energy is watery. It's ruled by the moon. and it's cardinal. So it understands that we have to initiate things, we have to protect things, we have to lead, step out. But that watery nature has a lot of emotion. And if you are the sign or no one, you can appreciate how nurturing and protective they are. Whether they have cut all ties with someone that maybe they did 10 years ago, if you ask them about them, they're going to know generally how they are doing. They are always protecting and nurturing those around them. So this is a great time whenever you're trying to buy them a gift to help them nurture themselves. They're also foodies. They love good food. They love anything that helps them feel snuggly and comfortable. They love things that bring up nostalgia or helps them capture the moment, the memory that you and them experienced or something that really meant a lot to them that will help them step in and really feel those feels. They're foodies. They love to cook. They love to nurture. So maybe a great recipe book, one that you made, weighted blankets, cozy blankets, anything that's going to help them snuggle up. And again, anything that would almost force them to nurture themselves would also be a great idea for this sign. All right. So if you're trying to buy for a Leo or a Leo rising, this is a fire energy ruled by the sun and it's fixed. It's very much set in its way and its habits, but that way is creativity, originality, one of a kind. They are not going to want to copy paste kind of energy. This is also a sign that would want to have the first or something or to be on the cutting edge. The opposite sign of Leo is Aquarius, and a lot of Leos channel that Aquarian energy too. They desire originality, one of a kind. They don't want anything that's echoing something that's been out for a while. They want to be on the edge. They also adore fire. So candles, anything that kind of gives them that cozy feeling is something that you can look at for them. This is a sign that also admires quality and value. They don't want something that's going to disintegrate or fall apart. So when you're shopping for them, really shop from the heart and ensure that it's meant to last. They also could be a bit of a foodie too. They can also be a bit of a foodie, but with their foodie, they want to kind of spend time with people that they love. They like being in an environment that helps them feel creative, original, and comfortable, just really lights them up with this jovial laughter. So, any experience that you give them, you want to ensure that that is included. It's all about creativity and originality. And it's likely that your Leo is creative with something, whether that is cooking or craftsmanship or writing or singing. There is something that they are so good at. And if you know what that is, you could definitely buy towards that gift to help them support that. All right. So if you are shopping for a Virgo or a Virgo rising, this sign is ruled by Mercury. It is mutable, which means that it understands that if we are here and we're trying to get there, there needs to be a process and they can clearly see the pattern and process. And I kid you not, I have an adult child with 6 Virgo planets, and on her Christmas list, there was cleaning supplies. Don't don't go out and buy all your Virgos cleaning supplies, but this is a sign that really enjoys organization, something that helps them feel like they're in control of the chaos between here and between there. And sometimes that control is minimalist, something that will reduce their clutter and help them feel more in line with things. Journals, planners, any kind of thing that says, you know what, if you do this, it's going to make your life easier. So you're going to be able to transition and process to move forward. They also really enjoy wellness things, learning and understanding about habits and rituals that are unconscious and conscious, and how that supports their overall wellness and health. So, wellness and health, organizing gifts. They are also a sign that likes to cook because they understand all the ingredients come together for this beautiful taste. Just check in with your Virgo. We don't want to give them a lot of things that's going to help them task, but we want to give them something that's going to help the tasking that they enjoy doing less burdensome so they could be more present with you during whatever holiday or occasion they are celebrating. All right, if you were buying for a Libra or a Libra rising, this sign is ruled by Venus and it is cardinal. So it is an initiating energy. It likes to start things, but it's also an energy that really likes harmony and balance. It likes one-to-one connection. So if you were going to take this person out to celebrate an event, there's a big, huge table of people, they would feel just a little bit awkward, or they would need to have one person that they could latch onto and talk to. So they may prefer an event or an outing that's more so one-on-one or really helps them pair up with someone so they feel like they're in harmony. This sign is ruled by Venus. They do recognize quality, but it's almost a mental quality or something that's artistic. They love intellectual things. They love artwork. They love print work that you can see. They like anything that's designer, original, one of a kind. They are a sign that doesn't necessarily desire to be the first person to have something, But because they are always looking out at that horizon, always trying to harmonize, they usually can notice a hot trend coming in, at least the quality of it, and they'll lean into that. So looking for luxurious trends that are coming in that bring harmony and balance, really help them bring beauty into their environment is something that you would want to get for a Libra. And again, if you're planning on something with them, they love small groups and one-to-one, not the big, huge occasion. All right. Are you shopping for a Scorpio or a Scorpio rising? This sign is watery energy. It is traditionally ruled by Mars, and modern astrology has assigned Pluto to this energy. So it has this dry, but it also has this deep, powerful psychological transformation energy that's locked in. It's locked in a little bit more deeper to the feels than the water sign that we've already talked about today, which is Cancer. Now, Scorpios love the metaphysical. They love anything that really engages that depth. The thing about Scorpios is that they can see the shadow that everyone has. And they understand that that's not something that we're supposed to suppress, but something that we're supposed to dance with, to harmonize with, to balance with, to grow through. So Scorpios do have a very eccentric taste when it comes to things. They sometimes like the more darker, edgy things, something that can help them protect their secrets. I wouldn't recommend a journal necessarily for a Scorpio because they're not ones to write down their secrets. This is a sign that I would buy crystals for. I would give them something that would allow them to step into the things that are not commonly talked about. This is a sign because it is ruled by Mars. I would purchase candles for it that had their little symbol on it or something that had a witty comment on it. I would purchase crystals. I would give them some kind of insight or a lead to something that would help them explore something on the psychological realms, whether that is in the esoterics, astrology, tarot, Reiki, psychic things, or something that helps them understand or explore the psychological connections between people. There's a lot of different ways that you can go with a Scorpio. The more mysterious it is, the more interesting it is, the more private it is, the better. And again, I would look for quality or ensure that there was at least a lot of thought behind this. And what I mean by that is even if you handmade a gift and gave it to them because you made it, it was a little letter or something, because you put thought and energy behind it, because you put emotion in it, that will be more valuable to them than handing them a gift card with some cash. They want to dive into the feels, the psychological understanding, and they're going to be trying to back engineer how you came up with that gift for them. They're trying to understand what secrets did they give out? What did they reveal? Are they going to be in awe because you were so aware of them that you zoned in on the fact that they would like and adore this? So you really want to spend some time meditating and thinking about your Scorpio as you're purchasing for them. All right. So if you're trying to buy for a Sagittarius or a Sagittarius rising, this sign is ruled by fire. It is mutable and it's ruled by Jupiter. Bigger is better with Sagittarius as they can't help it. They have this huge, wide open view of what things can be. And sometimes they miss the details, the little things that help them get to where they want to go, that big truth vision. Now, speaking of truth and horizon, that big picture vision, that is something that Sagittariuses admire. Anything that can call out their bluntness, their truth, their wit. They really like those interesting, fun, like you said it, I said it, we both meant it kind of energy. There's a great humor with Sagittariuses. Now, these are also very philosophical people or truth seeking people. So, books, classes, anything that really helps them step into the spiritual realms, whatever spiritual is to them. That's a blanket term that I want to use here because many of them can be into different fields of it. But there's some kind of wisdom or truth that they're trying to unlock. So anything that really helps them call out their original spirit, that one of a kind energy. Now, one of the stereotypes with Sagittarius people that you'll see is that they love to travel. They want to go on their next adventure. Not every Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising has a full passport and travels all the time, but they do travel and explore on the mental realms if they can't do it physically. They are very interested in exotic things, things that are outside of their common day things. So when you're shopping for your Sagittarius, think big things, think something that's outside of their normal wheelhouse, and think of things that can really help them express their spirituality, help them teach, help them learn, help them explore. Of course, if you want to book a trip or say, hey, Sag, let's go on this trip together, I think they'd really enjoy that as well. This is also a fire sign. So it's a great sign to give a candle to or anything that has to do with fire because they appreciate that element. They like to have it around them. All right. So if you were trying to buy for a Capricorn or a Capricorn rising, good luck. Just kidding. A little bit. So this sign is ruled by Saturn and it is cardinal. So it likes to initiate and begin things, but Saturn is a little bit hard to please. And what I mean by that is it's one of those self-sacrificing energies. It's like I would rather do all the work than the play. I don't have time to unwrap this gift. I need to go do this. Or if you bought that gift, was it a solid investment for you? How long is it going to last? What was the purpose behind that? It's a very interesting energy to work with. Now, with that being said, this is a sign that recognizes quality as well. All earth signs are going to recognize the physical quality of something, the touch, the feel, and the smell of it. This is also a sign that is always thinking about the future and the resources it needs to get to the future. And it's not a selfish sign. It's not like how I can get to this. Some Capricorns, every sign can be that way, but it's about how can I protect my family, give my legacy everything it needs to get to that point. So anything that's going to help your Capricorn stay organized, goal oriented, that's going to help their regiment, that's going to help support their business. Those are all good things. With that being said, your Capricorn is probably stressed on some level or another. So a gift that's going to help them relax and pay attention to themselves and really disconnect. That's also something that I would recommend. This is a sign that because it leads so much and it's out there in the open so much saying, let's do this, let's do that. It's having to do a lot of quote unquote adulting. They appreciate their me time. So anything that you can give them that would allow them to step out, take a pause, and have me time, they would really appreciate that. All right. Have a good one. All right. Are you trying to buy for an Aquarius or an Aquarius rising? This energy is traditionally ruled by Saturn as well, but in the modern astrology, Uranus has been assigned to it. It is fixed mental air energy, which means that whatever mindset this Aquarius has is pretty locked into it. It didn't come up with it by chance. And now that it has the idea, it's locked in. You're not going to sway their attention to something else. But with that being said, Aquariuses have a very unique and original personality. They're one of my favorite people. I'm actually raising an Aquarius, and I will tell you, no matter how conservative your Aquarius may or may not be, whatever you get them should be original. It should be a little quirky. It should be a little bit outside the box. It's the thing that stands out the most. They really love seeing something in its authentic nature. So anything that would be weird or interesting, they're going to love that. Any kind of food, clothing, electronics, you name it, let it be a little weird, quote unquote, weird. Now, with that being said, this is also a very brilliant sign. It is aware of trends and things that are coming in long before you are. They're the first person that has the device, the first person that has the app. They're also the first person to steer away from something because they sense that this is not going to work out in the long run. You're here and you're focused on this, and they have already thought 15 paces in front of you or 15 years down the road. So whenever you buy the Aquarius, it needs to be unique, original, not a copycat, not an echo. It also needs to have a bit of a timeless energy to it, something that is built to last that they're going to hold on to. And the gift that you give your Aquarian can be something as simple as you in a picture frame making a funny face. They're going to crack up about that. They are a sign that likes retro style or instant capturing of moments. They're the ones that have the most interesting camera rolls in general because of how they see society or the world around them. This is also a sign that kind of likes to get down to the bottom of things, but it wants to learn. It wants to understand. It doesn't want the sales pitch. It says, how do you do this? Show me how it works. And then they want to dive into that. So anything that's going to help make their life easier, give them the information they need to dissect, to move something forward. Anything that's on the leading edge, anything that's unique and original, anything that makes them laugh. They have a beautiful sense of humor. That's what you want to give your Aquarium. All right. Are you trying to buy for a Pisces or a Pisces rising? Now, this sign is traditionally ruled by Jupiter, and modern astrologers have assigned Neptune to it, which is sort of fitting too, because Neptune has this mystical, can't really define it kind of energy. And if you know a Pisces, you know that's exactly what they are, undefinable. This is a watery energy and it's a mutable energy. It's gone through all of the different archetypes and it's come to the realization that we are all one. Whether I like you or not like you, we are all one. With that being said, Pisces, and they are all one of a kind. I would really encourage you not to lean into the stereotypes with Pisces. I have a lot of these in my life. Some Pisces really love those large animals, especially horses. Pisces rules horses, but they're also very artistic. Now, artistic and original could be in how they do their craft, whatever their craft or job is. There's something that they're able to feel into that doesn't need words, doesn't necessarily need emotion, but they pick up on the unspoken things. So get to know your Pisces. Do they really adore animals? Because with animals, you don't need language. Do they adore anything creative? More than likely, there's some kind of music that they like. There's some kind of movies that they really get into, some kind of books. And the reason I'm mentioning movies and books and music is because this is a sign that loves to escape. It has to step into its own universe. So it has time to process or let go or digest everything that's been feeling because a Pisces feels everything around it. It's a very self-sacrificing sign. It will give you the shirt off of its back. And with that in mind, I always love to spoil Pisces because they're not going to tell you what they want because they're not necessarily a material sign. But anything that's going to capture a moment, it's going to capture a memory, that's going to help them escape into another world. And I have often found that gifts that help them nurture what they are nurturing is also something they like. So if they are an animal lover, then you would give them gifts about their animals. That really makes them happy. This watery sign also loves to be around or near water. So if you're planning a trip or any kind of outing, water, if it's involved, is going to help them feel comfortable and, dare I say, grounded, even though we're talking about water, but it's going to help them feel very present and still and just able to appreciate the emotions and the memory and the experience that they're having with you and whatever you are celebrating. All right, that is all the signs. I do hope you found some helpful tips and insights about how to gift for every sign. On purpose, I tried not to be too specific about the gifts because there are a lot of stereotypes out there. And if you were to read that and give that sign that gift, they're going to look at you like, do you really know me? But by thinking about the archetype and the characteristic and that unique energy that your one of a kind person has, you'll be able to find the perfect gift for the holiday season or any other occasion that you are trying to buy for. And just as a reminder, at schedulingfate.com, there are gift cards available if you would like to gift a one-on-one reading with me or any of the reports that are for sale at schedulingfate.com. I'll make sure that there's a link for that underneath this broadcast as well. All right. See you next time.